Just wanted to do a quick video on radiator cleaning. So if you have a diesel pusher like I do, then it's very possible that when you've been on a trip, you've noticed your temperature gauge might rise kind of high, or what you think is kind of high. I think mine runs a little high. It runs about halfway. Now, I've heard people on other videos say, oh, it should never be much more than a quarter, or be between quarter and a half. So the first thing that I did, I saw somebody talk about this, was actually rinsing their radiator. I'm going to do that. I've done that once before, and a lot of stuff came out of it. I was very surprised. This time, I'm actually going to get under the master bed, because that's how you get to the engine on this model. You get to the radiator from the back, but then to get to the engine, you go under the master bed. So I'm going to take a peek under there and see if I can see the backside, front side, whatever you want to call it, of the radiator, and see if I can clean it from there as well. And oh my word, look, the bed's not made. Well, that's because when I came home, I stripped it down to wash all the sheets, make it nice and clean for our next trip. So it is a very comfortable bed to me. Seems to have a memory foam topper on it. Seems to do quite well with a mattress as well. But this unit lifts up. Let's see if I can do this. You hear it latch. There's a little latching mechanism right there. Now, you notice that there's some hinge pieces. Hinge piece right here, and it wasn't put together right. Look at that. From Camping World. I went over to Camping World and had my washer dryer unit replaced, and he didn't pin that back. How about that? Been riding around like that ever since. But anyway, I am going to unhinge a couple things, open this compartment up down here, take a peek underneath and see what I can find. As you can see, there's all kinds of wiring in here. Back in there, I may lubricate the slide a little bit, just for preventive maintenance purposes. And of course, under my little compartment here, I have my little Dirt Devil vacuum cleaner and all the accessories. I don't think I'll have to mess with that. But anyway, I'm gonna get into this and see what's underneath here. A quick progress update. This is pretty simple to get undone. We'll see what it looks like underneath it, but there are 4 large-headed straight slots. Pretty easy. Just back those out, and this cover should just lift off. Actually, it's the floor of the bedroom. I'll grab it right here and I'll pull this up. Wow, look at that. Lifted this thing up. There's the engine, just like everybody said it would be, right into the floor. So let's see what I can see under here. Oh, that's interesting. Starter or alternator, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, what I'm looking to see is if I can see the back of the radiator here, and doesn't look like it. Oh, I can through there. I can peek a little bit. Let's see if I can get the camera there. That's the radiator. Don't know that I'm going to be able to spray it. From here, over here as well, fan blade. Don't know that I want to be underneath it when I spray it, because I would get myself very wet. But good to know. Everybody says that you need to change the oil filter from up here, and everything else. It's pretty warm after you've had the engine running for a little bit, even turned off, and you open this up. So be aware of that. But yeah, pretty cool. You can actually see everything from here. I'm gonna put the camera down, stick my head in here a little bit, see if I can get a better view. But I may just end up spraying it from the outside like I did last time. Okay, I really thought this was worthy of a view here. I'm trying to get this up so you can see it closer. You see the back of that radiator right there? Let's see if I can zoom this up at all, if I can figure out how to do this. Okay. Well, you can get to the right place here. Okay. See that? Those fins are not very clean. Not clean. So, air doesn't get through there very well, and your engine will heat up. So, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to spray. I'm going to stick a spray bottle in here, or try to get my hand in here, and spray this thing with some simple green. Basically, I've heard any degreaser will work. So I'll see about spraying some degreaser in there, simple green, and then getting a hose in there and spraying it out. I've seen people go as far as removing their radiator and cleaning it. That's pretty serious. Don't know that I want to do that, but let's see what I can do with hand spraying and getting a hose in here and spraying that out. This is the piece that was under the bed. I took it out, and you see it's delaminated here. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm going to put a little glue in there, a little wood glue, and clamp it and let that dry. And that should be just about as good as new. This is pretty loose right here. I'll screw that back in as well, because I like to fix anything I can along the way, make it nice and sturdy, and as close to new as I can get. I thought I would start from the outside first. I'm going to wet the outside of the radiator, spray it in really well, and if I can see water on the other side, at least I know some water is getting through. But then I'll go inside and spray some simple green solution again on the radiator to try to loosen up as much as I can, and see if I can flush this thing out, and see if I can head off any problems before they start as far as heating goes. Alright, so first part, spraying the outside. Now, as I remember from doing this before, you have to soak it pretty well. So I'm going to start just at the top and put some of this on, but then I'm going to spray water on the rest of it, and I'll probably spray it again. Main thing is to get a little bit of soap started at the top. It will run down. Last time when I did this, it was pretty brown and rusty colored with the water that came out. I sprayed the whole thing last time and rinsed it. I'm going to do the same thing again, but I just want to start from the outside. Okay, let's get this thing started with the sprayer. Some people use pressure sprayers. I don't think that's a problem, as long as you're not bending the fins up. You can see the fins are bent a little bit right there from something. Now I've got the floor up inside. I don't think I'm getting anything wet. I'll find out when I get in there. And I may put this just to jet spray and spray it that way. But I want to wet it down really good first. How much water is too much water? Probably ridden. If water isn't getting through here, then air isn't getting through here. And that's not a good thing. So I've been spraying this probably 15 to 20 minutes, just going around in little circular patterns, trying to force water through it. I did notice after I rinsed it down the first time, all the soap came down to the bottom, and you'll see the water coming out right there. It was kind of murky at first. Seems to be running kind of clear now. That's good. So now I'm going to go inside and see what happened in there. As you can see, it's wet. That's a very good thing. As a matter of fact, maybe I can see a little light through in this other section over here. Oh, yeah, not quite. You can't see it with the camera here. But anyway, that's good. Some water got through, but it's not clean enough. Thought I would get the other camera involved because I can put it on the tripod, make it a little easier. It is still kind of hot today, seeing as how it's November 2nd here in Central Florida. It's mid-80s out today. I've got the air on inside, which makes it a little nicer. But thought I'd go ahead and get this set up with a tripod so I can get in underneath here. I won't bore you with me spraying all around. I'm going to take a flashlight. I'm going to get down in here and see if I can spray some stuff and get it cleaned up. So I've sprayed it all with Simple Green, and I've got a garden sprayer in here. Come to realize the Simple Green sprayer that I was using isn't the easiest way to do that. So a much better way would have been if I had a pump-up sprayer with Simple Green in it, where I could have stuck the hose in there. Basically, because you're working upside down in a confined space, been easier with the sprayer. Could have got the nozzle in there and just sprayed around with it. But anyway, I soaked as much as I could. My wife came out, helped me with getting the garden sprayer in through the window, and now the exciting part, right? I get to spray water in here. I don't think I'll get anything inside here. It's mainly going to be back in behind the fan blades. I'm going to try to spray as much as I can to wash that off and use a flashlight to take a look at it. After spraying everything inside, it was kind of a blind spraying. Controlling the hose, getting it aimed where you want it was really hard to do. The fan blades are in the way. The fan blades do not move because of the fan belt attached directly to the engine, I guess. There was no moving the fan blades out of the way to where I could do what I wanted. So I did what I could, and if you can see down here the amount of junk that came out, it actually came through the radiator this way. A lot of debris, black stuff here, pretty ugly. Hopefully I sprayed out quite a bit. I went ahead and soaked this side again really well with Simple Green, and I'm going to spray this side down one more time. Okay, so as I was spraying it out this time, I could actually hear where the water was actually going through the radiator all the way and hitting the fan blades on the other side, and then where it wasn't. So I noticed that kind of a circular pattern or haphazard pattern of spraying things trying to get it out just wasn't going to get it. So actually I had to go line by line. I went every single line on each section and sprayed through, trying to clean out as much as I could. Seemed like a lot of stuff was coming out. You could always tell where it was kind of clogged and water was backing up, coming back out. But yeah, tedious. It's okay, I have a lot of patience. Anybody knows me, I'm a very patient person. Take lots of time on it, do the job right? Because I want it nice and clean. I don't want to run into an overheating situation if I'm in a mountainous situation pulling my car. Yeah, instead of verbally describing this, I thought I would give you a quick example of how I was spraying it. Just so you could see what was going on here. See? Straight through. Going line by line. Let's see if I can find an area where you can see that was kind of clogged a little. Yeah, it's all pretty clean now. I can see the water running out. So enough of this. It should be good. Well, I hope this helps you so you don't run into an overheating engine situation. I've seen a couple other videos I watch of some families that are full-timing that have run into this situation. A lot of people get them steam cleaned. They take it into a shop and they have a steamer. They run through it. I've seen videos where people have had to have the radiator completely removed and the backside cleaned. But hopefully with a little bit of preventive maintenance like this, you can prevent an overheating situation, right? Which is, nobody wants that, right? Thanks a lot.